Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Um,
Good.
bef Before I jump right in with my questions, I want to make sure I pronounce your name correctly. How do you
Yeah,
pronounce your name?
Sean.
All right, perfect. All right, so now on to Wolf Garden. I watched it the other day and I really liked it. I want to know from you, how would you describe this film and what about it really drew you into it?
So I suppose it's a horror film, but there's a psychological element to it. And it's basically about a guy living in isolation in like this rural wooded area. And he has all these kind of visions and flashbacks, and you feel like something's following him in the woods. And yeah, I think what drew me to it was that I've done loads of horror movies, but this just had a totally different angle to it. It wasn't all the usual tropes and jump scares in the same way. There was a lot of kind of questioning of, is he losing his mind? Is this really happening? Are these memories? Is this going on right now? Yeah, and I really like that element to it.
Nice, nice. I did too. I'm not a fan of jump scares at all, so seeing that this one
Me
was
neither.
was just nice. Um, and how would you describe your character, Chantel?
So Chantal's kind of a bit of a mysterious character. You don't really know if she's like I said, like a series of memories, or if she's even real at some points. She hits a lot of different notes, so there's a lot of kind of loving relationship moments between her and William, and then there's a lot of darker moments. So she definitely has a secret, and there's something going on with her, but you don't know what it is until you kind of go through the story with her.
Um, did you have to do anything special to prepare to play her? Like, did you give yourself a backstory or anything?
No, not I'm not really one of those actors that like has the really heavily annotated scripts or anything like that. But I auditioned with Wayne, and then we had a Zoom chat and kind of rehearsed some bits and talked through what he wanted from the character, and it was so in line with what I thought it was going to be. So it was nice to know we were kind of on the same page with that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, what was it like working with Wayne? Because he wrote and directed and starred in this movie.
It's great. I think he's crazy for taking on so much. It's I don't think I would be able to handle all of that work in one film, but no, he's a great guy. He's really nice. He's obviously very talented. And I love the script, so that always makes it so easy to work with someone then when you kind of feel like you're both on the same page and you want to like make something good out of it.
I love it. I love it. Um, the dialogue in this movie was very moving, and one line in particular that stood out to me was it had nothing to do with your character, but I want to share it and just kind of see your thoughts on it. But the line is they say alone time is good for the soul, but too much can lead you down a dark path. And I was just wondering if you agreed with that or like what your take on that was.
I love that line. I think that's like the first line in the trailer as well, and I was really happy they put that in there because I think it's just that's so true. I'm definitely one of those people. I like a lot of space. I like my own time, but you sort of have a few days where you don't really talk to people, and you can definitely feel the effect of it. So I think that's true of everyone. Like you need a balance with those things in your life.
For sure, for sure. Um, what was the filming process like for this movie? Was it a quick process, lengthy? What was it?
So it wasn't like a super long shoot. We had a few weeks to do everything. But it was nice because it didn't feel rushed at any point. And I had time with Wayne beforehand to kind of go over scenes, so I knew what we needed to do before going into any of it. And then yeah, it was a nice team to work with. Everyone was really friendly, and it wasn't a huge cost as well, so that sometimes makes it a bit calmer on set, a bit easier to manage things. So yeah.
Nice, nice. Were there any challenges that you faced when filming?
So we had, I mean, in England, weather is always a challenge. It's always freezing cold, and we were shooting in January, so there were definitely a couple of outdoor scenes where I couldn't feel my feet anymore. But that's something I'm pretty used to. I do a lot of horror movies. They're always outdoor night shoots where you're really cold. Outside of that, just kind of the character, because she goes through so many different emotions throughout the film. That's always like a challenge as an actor to have to kind of hit all these different notes and different versions of this one person. But I love that kind of challenge, so I really enjoyed that.
Nice, nice. Um, what is something that you're just super excited for everyone to see when they watch this movie?
I think I just like the way it unfolds, the kind of mysterious element to it, and like the character that says the line that you liked about alone time. I love his part in it, and I love not really knowing who he is. And yeah, I just think that it unfolds at such a nice pace that you don't really know what's going on a lot of the time, but not in an annoying way, because I've definitely watched mystery things where you kind of get halfway through and you're like, oh, can you just tell me how it ends now? But because it's not a very long film, you don't lose patience with it. So I'm excited for people to kind of work out how it's going to end up, basically.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you that it's very nicely paced.
Yeah.
Um, are you working on anything else at the moment?
So I shot a film in December called Warhol, and I'm pretty excited about that one. That should be out hopefully sometime this year. I know they want to submit it to Cannes, so it's gonna have to be ready pretty soon. But yeah, I'm excited about that. That's a totally different thing, not horror related at all. But yeah, that's kind of the next big one. So
Awesome. Warhol, is it like Andy Warhol?
yeah, technically yes, but it's not about Andy Warhol. There's just a
Okay.
line in it that references him. So it's about a radio host DJ, and they get like a call in and things kind of unravel basically.
Interesting. Interesting. Cool.
Mhm.
And you said that's hopefully going to come out this year?
I think so. Yeah, I don't have exact dates yet, but I reckon it's going to be finished in the edit within the next few months. So hopefully a release later this year. But I guess you never really know with this stuff. Sometimes it ends up taking ages. So but fingers crossed.
That's true. That's true. Um, if people want to stay up to date with you and be on the lookout for these projects, are you on social media? Where can we follow you?
I am. Yeah, I'm terrible at social media, but I try and I'm mostly Instagram I'm on. But I do anytime I've got something coming out, I'll put stuff on there. So that's just my name, Sean Altman. Um, and I will try and get better at that.
It's tricky for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to add about Wolf Garden?
I think it's just a good film. I think one thing I would say, like for anyone watching it, and I always say this about anything where you don't really know what's going on, I think you'll always enjoy it more when you don't try and guess where it's going and you just let it like tell you. And yeah, because every time I watch a film and someone's like, is this what's happening? Is that what's going on? And we all do it, but I think it's so much more fun when you just let the story wash over you. And yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you on that for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for chatting. Again, I love the movie and I'm looking forward to your next projects.
Oh, thank you. It's been nice talking to you.
All right. You have a great rest of your day.
You too. Take care.